one knows. We're going down. We're going down. We're going down. We're going down. Do you dare to follow me down? Head into the unknown.
Good day, everyone. Let me just, yeah, should have the right microphone on. I don't know why I always forget to check that before I go live. Anyways, how is everybody doing today? I'm fantastic. Thank you for asking. And hello, Melissa. Thank you for being here. I'm going to do, because I haven't been able to say hi to chat I feel like I haven't said hi to people forever. And I don't think that's right. So I'm going to do that. Um, Oh, look. Monsters of Chaos. Hi, Melissa. Unfortunately, won't be able to catch your live. We'll watch it on replay later. Mm, that must have been me. My bad. Grant, thank you for being here as always. CJ, good to see you. Hey, Carrie, did anyone see Shan's comment in the live chat yesterday? No, I didn't. Um, my mods had instructions to boot her if she showed up yesterday. Um, just 'cause, petty bullshit, whatever, but how does it feel? You know, it's no other reason than that. Totally petty, but it's my channel, my right, and I'll do what I want. I do what I want. Patriot Girl, good to see you. And can't wait. Hi, Melissa. Good to see you. Lots of hugs and love from our home to yours. Miss Bell sends her love and thanks you for everything you do for the missing. Thank you. Little Black Bear, it's good to see you. So friendly. Hey, Dodie. And where's Truth? And Bonnie, good to see you. Justice for Jack and Lily. Yeah, we're not, I want to make it clear that this is not a live stream about Jack and Lily. This is, we're going to talk a little bit at the beginning about some of the comments left on the replay of Daniel's interview yesterday. And then I'm going to hand it over to Melissa because Melissa has been busy working and she has every right to respond to the things that were said to and about her on Shenanigans live stream. So this is not about Jack and Lily, guys. I don't want to misrepresent what we're doing here today. Um, she put in chat beep 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 Daniel. Well, beep beep bye bitch. Anyway, I didn't say that. Delete it. Better than that. Anyway, right after Daniel said somebody was driving past his house honking. Oh. Wow. Uh Kimber, good to see you. Anyway, Camille, good to see you. Happy to be spending the evening with you all, and I am happy that you are here as well. Glenn, great to see you. No matter who they are, that is true. Yesterday was a big, long day. I was so mentally exhausted, I can't even explain it to you. I heard the horn blowing by Daniel when he was on live. He mentioned it as well. I did hear it too. Yeah, I did hear it. And that's weird behavior. It's just strange. Belinda, I have your videos and your pictures and your messages, and I'm sorry. I've just been staining all morning and trying to watch replays to catch the chat stuff. I will get to it. I'm so sorry. I appreciate everything that you did for me yesterday. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Good to see you. Hey, Julie and Amy. Great to see you over in Melissa's channel. Tam, as always. You guys got snow today? No way. It is so hot here. Like I'm wearing a dress. It's so hot here. So hot. Kelly, good to see you. Um, I'm at what time is it? 3, 4, 5, 6:10 my time or your time, Melissa. Can you take over saying hi? I got a cough.
Yeah, let me scroll way back up here where you're at, though. So hi, Miss Bell. Hi, Little Black Bear. I'll get to a couple messages here in a minute. Hi, Ms. Meg, South Carolina. I'm assuming that's what SC means. Hello, all. I haven't looked out the window yet to see if it's snowing. I heard it was in Yarmouth. Hello, Bonnie. And hello, Jessie. And hello, Tambourine. And Kimberly Hayden. Hello, Kelly. Thank you for being here, dear. If anybody says anything that you feel like deleting, Kelly, go ahead. You have full reign today. Hello, Belinda Believes. I think we already said hi to you. Hello, anyway. Hello, TJ's mom. And I just want to reiterate, this is not a live about Jack and Lily. Little Black Bear, you're not right because chocolate milk and homemade pizza sounds really good. Hello, Andy. I think the police are getting closer to things. They're not able to search more phones for clues and answers. Who knows what they're allowed to do? I don't really know. Hello, Bonnie. Hello, Cindy Perry. Lynn, hello. Let's see. Cher Cares, hello, dear. Snoop's sister investigates, hello, dear. Hope you're well. Let's see. Bonnie Garrett, I don't know if I said hi or not. Let's see. Lynn, I think we said hi to her. How do you keep track of who you've said hi to? Hello, Tiffany. Baby Monkey, good to see you, dear. Hello, Marie and Dodie and April Lambert. Yes, ma'am. Hello, Camilla, Senor. I'm assuming I'm probably butchered that. I'm sorry. Hello, Mustang. I think I said hello to Tiffany, but hello again. I was very disappointed. There should have been many more people speaking out for Jack and Lily. Shenanigans, Cheryl, Cindy. It was heartbreaking, in my opinion. I agree, Dodie. I was upset enough. I was actually crying, and that's generally not a good thing. Hello, Carol. Hello, Where's the Truth? Ernest, hello. Amy, hello. Mr. Hemi, hello. Hello, Grey Wolf and Sue Oilers and Joe. Violet Boy Ian, hello. I think I seen yesterday you said you were from Indiana. Same here. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Root Strength and Gypsy Flow. Universal Truth. Hello. Bobby Joe, hello. Jilly Bean Live, hello. Let's see. Sharon Corbin, hello. Truth and Beauty, hello, dear. Hello, Julie. Crime Science Stories, hello. Trudels, I'm assuming, hello. Carol says, I was disappointed as well. Was on another live last night. I had to leave. Every word Danielle said was picked apart, and other rude comments about the live. Love you, Shar. Thank you. Yeah, Shar will go over that. I'll just go ahead and star that one for her. Hello, Hustler. Hello, Donna Landry. Hello, Polly G. Trying to scan through these real quick. Hello, Mustang Girl. Let's see. Sassy Cat, hello. Hello, Nana. Hello, Danielle. I wanted to say Daniel at first. I was like, that ain't right. It's wrong spelling for that. Hello, Holly. Hello, Patriot Girl. Let's see, I think I said hi to Julie. Hey, Sailor Moon. And thank you, Sailor Moon, for posting those. Hello, Susie Q. Hey, Sunny. Hello, Just Ducky. You may have to go back and start some of these because I'm not actually really reading them. Hello, Mary. Hey, Daniel. I want to say hi, but I'm not here to take from the live or steer the conversation, of course. Hey, you're welcome anytime. As far as I know, anyway. I haven't been told otherwise. Hello, Angie. Leon. Hello, Tiffany. Shy. Hello. I think I already said hi to Bonnie, but I'll say it again. I don't know how you keep track of this. Hello, Carrie and Amy and Belinda Believes. I think I'm getting close to the end. I'm not sure. So yeah, I think I'm at the end.
You miss Sunny. Hi, Sunny.
I said hi to
Ruth.
Sunny.
Did you? I missed it. I missed it. I missed it. Okay. So, hello, Daniel. Fancy meeting you here. Thanks for joining. I don't, I can't, you started something for me. I was disappointed as well. I was on another live. Oh, last night, and I had to leave as every word Daniel said was picked apart and other rude comments about the live. Love you, Shar. Thank you. Carol, thank you so much. And the only one that I watched like a little bit of was Justin, and I don't mind Justin. Justin is Justin. He has his take on things, but he also, um, he has a perspective that sometimes I miss. I'm not gonna lie and say I watched the whole thing because I didn't. I know that there are a lot of people out there who honestly think that they could do better. So I challenge them and invite them to absolutely give it a go. Go ahead. Do it the way you want to do it. And having said all that, I want to go through some of the comments that were left on the live, or sorry, on the replay of Daniel's interview. And I would just like to say, I am not an interviewer. That was not planned. I didn't have a bunch of questions in my head planned for Daniel. And I know that Justin realizes this. He has a completely different style than I do. He's been doing this a lot longer. And hey, I don't I don't I don't see a value in asking questions that are going to shut your guest down. I don't. So, having said that, can you guys see this? You probably can't. And there are a lot of really great, nice, supportive, uh, comments, a lot of questions for Daniel that came up, and we will get to some of those. But I want to focus on the negative.
Hey,
Um,
sure.
Go ahead. What?
So I just want to say real quick, those of you that were here know that I was in the background and I was starring comments. And when we stopped, there were still 60 some odd comments starred. So if your question was missed, it was probably in the starred comments and we just didn't have time to get to them. So I just want to point out, I was not singling out anybody. As far as not starring comments, I starred all the questions essentially that I seen. So I just wanted to make that clear.
Okay. And Skeleton, good of you to join again. I did see all of your comments the other night. Um, Thank you for joining in chat in such a constructive way. In this one, Daniel is the opposite of truthful. The amount of times he contradicts himself is retarded. This looks like a pro Daniel channel. Um, I am pro respect channel, and I don't care who it is that wants to talk. I don't care who it is. Whoever comes up here to talk will be shown the same respect that Daniel was shown, that Janie was shown. And if you can't understand that, I don't know how to relate to your perspective on things. I don't know if Daniel is telling the truth or not. I really don't. I wasn't there. I don't know for a fact any of this stuff. I can take things that he said months ago and put it up to what he said yesterday, but I'm not like this, you know, person who remembers every single little detail to be able to recall it just like that. And there was so many questions and so much going on that I didn't want to waste my time in getting into debates with him, asking him to clarify. Yesterday was more about Jack and Lily for me. And I personally thought that the amount of information that we got about Jack and Lily and what happened that day far surpasses any other interview that's ever been done of Daniel, Janie, or anybody else. So I'm sorry if I didn't meet your standard, but I mean, and that last part wasn't for you. That was for all of the people that I want to talk about in here. Because it's just like, what what would you do differently? Honestly, if you had Daniel or Janie up here, or even Malaya up here, what would you do different? Would you seriously grill them? Would you call them a murderer? Would you even suggest that they've hurt these children? And then if you did that, would you expect them to continue talking to you? Is that how you would conduct yourself? If you think you could do better, get to work gaining their trust and respect, because it'll take you a little bit of time after comments like this. Anyways, anyways, I digress. I did what I did, and I don't care. But I want to know what you guys think could have been done differently or better, you know? Mm. Let's have a look. I mean, some of it is just, I mean, a good point. I asked if the children were ever drugged. Listen to the immediate response. It's not a yes or no. It's usually not. I'll have to go back and re-listen because I did not catch that. I know he talked about melatonin sometimes. However, if you ask if the kids were drugged, he did answer the question. So, so that's what I'll say about that. At the very first, Daniel said the victim or charges for the charges he's facing didn't want charges brought against him. Was the Crown. It's actually the police. They found evidence, took took it to the Crown, and they asked the Crown to lay charges. I get the impression Daniel and Malaya, though Malaya has her handler speaking on her behalf, think the RCMP are their buddies. They are trying to get to the bottom of what was done, blah blah blah. And then Where's Truth went in with her or sorry, their my bad. Um clarification on that because that was just not right. Um This one here. Daniel actually wants us to believe the unbelievable story that one day, for no good reason, Malaya thought Daniel was cheating on him, so she goes out and smashes her own phone to pieces, rendered unusable. Now that makes zero sense and is obviously not true, yet Daniel tells that story all confident, calm, and collected. Creepy, actually, which only makes all of his other stories suspect. Blah, blah, blah. I don't understand where you got that from. Do you honestly think that that's the just completely out of the blue, like there was nothing going on in the relationship that caused her to maybe think that he was cheating on her? This is just completely out of the blue. Like we don't have that information. So how can this be your final judgment on what he said? I don't understand why you people are incapable of opening their minds a little bit to hearing the full story. If you need clarification on something, ask. Don't just say it's obviously lying. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't want to talk about Durwood. Um, I haven't read that one yet. Oh, Brandy in Indy. Let's look for her stuff. Um, Also, I don't think Daniel is innocent of everything. I do think he's more man than people give him credit. He stepped up to the plate and taken responsibility for his action. Oh, my bad. He should receive credit for speaking out yesterday. I believe so. Um, Daniel, I gave you the benefit of the doubt. You honestly got more intoxicated as the interview progressed, spewing crazy shit, like your life being in a glass and shattering in your hands and being bloody. You literally have diarrhea of the mouth. What the fuck are you on, dude? I don't know everywhere, wherever you know, and I should hope not for your sake, but seriously get your life together sincerely. I mean, did you hear did you think he was drunk? Is that something that you took from that? I don't know. Maybe I missed it.
Honestly, I missed a lot because I was busy starring comments. So I need to go back and re-listen. But I applaud Daniel for speaking about Jack and Lily in a positive way and answering questions when no one else is willing besides Belinda and a child. So if that makes me pro Daniel, so be it. I'm pro Jack and Lily. I don't care about anything else except for Jack and Lily.
I'm just looking at some of Joe's comments. I don't know if I think at this point I need to get a short bus because my car is full of Joe, Ron, and all of Joe's guinea pigs. Go wait in the car. Mm. Yes,
Hold on
Sunny,
a minute.
thank you so much for doing the live streams with us yesterday. What were you going to say?
So I just received a message. And here it is, actually. I found it. Daniel, Charmaine, bring me up. I'll answer all these questions. That's up to Charmaine.
I'm sitting here talking like fucking muted. Do you Are you able to send them the link or
I can't know because I don't have him added, but I can put it in like chat or something, maybe. But he'd have to be in my channel.
oh, just a sec. I'll do this. I'll do this. Hmm, where is he? See, I talk to him every day. There he is. There he is. 25th on the list because I talk to him every day. Anyways, I think I'm a little moody today, Melissa. I might be a little moody.
You and me
Anyways,
both.
yeah. Yeah. So we're not gonna dwell on this stuff because, Melissa does have important stuff to discuss today, but there are some things that I think would be great if he were to address them himself. Um and you know, maybe yeah, especially these ones. The engine was cold and you sat and watched RPMs while you allegedly in a panic running and screaming and the kids' names, your words. Okay, Daniel. There is zero proof of police report produced publicly, as stated months ago, would be shared. Never happened. No, it wasn't a soccer field. It was a junkyard, literally, or at least that's what was shown, in my opinion. Okay. 9:57, 5 minutes. Thought they were missing 20 minutes, and Janie said she hadn't heard them for 10 minutes. How did your own mother confuse you screaming the kids' names in a panic versus you yelling Lily and Jack to come in? Dude, you're a fool. You're only fooling yourself. Like, Daniel, I do agree with you that this has become a shit show, but it's not about what anyone thinks about you. You've always been so concerned about your public image and self-preservation. It's only about Jack and Lily. He sounds high as fuck, in my opinion. Daniel is here. Okay. Hi, Daniel. Thank you for joining today again. Just to clear up some of these nasty, nasty comments. And, is there something you'd like to say straight off the hop, what you've heard so far?
Yeah, I would like to thank you guys for yesterday. That was, I haven't spoke out in quite a few months, so it was, different for me to start doing that again, and much different than doing your classic interviews that would be on CBC or CTV or, Global. So it was really refreshing. And as you said, I reached out to you and I wanted to do that for Jack and Lily because I knew there wasn't going to be many people that speak out. Belinda always speaks out, and I appreciate her for that. And she's always been, since the start, one of the only ones that took the time to speak out and raise awareness. And I wish other people would do that. And I really want to thank you guys for doing that in a neutral way, where it's not pro Daniel or pro Malay. It's pro Lily and Jack. And I really appreciate that.
There's really no other way to be. And I don't understand where people are coming from when they think, you don't ask the hard questions. Like, these questions for me would be difficult given the situation. And so, like I said, if somebody out there thinks they can do better, get to work. Get to
Yeah,
work.
I can answer the question too on the soccer field and the scrapyard. If you go on Google Maps, you go to Sunset Lane and Valley in Bible Hill, right behind Patty's old house where she used to live. There's a scrapyard right behind it, and if you keep going up the road, there's the Red Cliff Middle School or Red Cliff Elementary School. That's where they have a big soccer field there. So Jack got out through the back fence, proceeded all the way through the scrapyard, and then made it to the other side of the soccer field right before the woods, where a school staff member stopped him and then called law enforcement. There was a police report done on that, and that's ultimately where Malaya found Jack with the school member or school staff member.
So,
Okay, and just really quickly, were you drinking yesterday, and did you do any drugs during the interview yesterday, and were you
No.
fucking hammered by the time we were done?
No, I wasn't fucking hammered. No, under CPS policy, I cannot drink alcohol and obviously not do drugs. So I haven't done drugs in well over a year now. And yeah, I know where people get that because they have the misconception that I'm always on drugs or I always do drugs or drugs a thing that I could never erase from my life. And I want to be completely honest. I've done stimulants before, and before that, years ago, I smoked weed for many years, and then I woke up one day and I looked at my little boy and I said, "Yeah, I'm done smoking weed." And so now I live my life completely drug free and alcohol free, and well, I shouldn't say drug free because I still have a vape, which is nicotine, right? So I shouldn't say completely drug free. That's bad of me to say or wrong of me to say. So I just have my nicotine vape now.
Daniel,
So
can I ask you a question?
yes,
Something that you said yesterday seemed to spark certain people. And like I said, I was busy starring comments, so I wasn't unfortunately paying a whole lot of attention. I need to go back and rewatch it. But you said that Malaya smashed her phone on the sidewalk because she thought you were cheating on her. Can you tell me, because I think I know where this was at, can you tell me, is that at your current residence there on Garlock Road, or however it's pronounced? Sorry. Or was that when you guys were at Patty's? Where did that happen?
That happened at Patty's. And Malaya always had this thing in her mind that I was going to leave her or I was going to cheat on her. And I've never done that to any woman, right? But Malaya always had that stuck in her mind. And she said that it always lingered from Cody. And I don't know if Cody cheated on her. I only know what, from my firsthand experience, is what Malaya told me. But I think that's where that thought resonated from with Malaya, was from Cody. And I personally don't know Cody. I've never met him. So I only know what Malaya tells me. And so she thought I was cheating on her. She got very hysterical and mad. And she said she was going to smash her phone. And she walked all the way out to the sidewalk and smashed her phone on the sidewalk. I pleaded with her and told her not to do it. You're going to regret smashing your phone. Don't smash your phone. She smashed her phone on the sidewalk. Thing broke into like 1,000 pieces, the screen. She put it in a Ziploc bag after that. And she had it at the house here when we moved here. And then she asked for it back. So investigators came and I gave her phone back. Everything Malaya has ever asked for from the house, I've given to her. Except for one thing. She wanted Meadows' first Christmas ornament. And I said, no, I'm not giving that up. I gave up a lot of Meadows stuff to her. I gave up the ultrasound pictures, our very first ultrasound pictures of Meadow. So I don't have them. And I've given up everything that Malaya wanted from the house, except for that ornament. And I'm keeping that ornament.
That's how I took it when I heard you say she smashed her phone, is that it was at Patty's. That's what I thought. But some people were online saying, well, there's no sidewalks where they live. Well, you didn't say it happened there at the residence. So I just wanted to clear that up because, you know, I'm not pro you. I'm not pro Malaya. I only want Jack and Lily home. And so I'm not sucking up to you or throwing you softball questions. And I know Shar isn't either. And there were a lot of starred comments that we didn't get to. But I just wanted to get that cleared up so people aren't, well, he's lying. No, whether or not you were lying or not is irrelevant because it's your side of the story.
Yeah. I want to bring up a thing too about yesterday when I said, the RCMP only wants credible tips. Don't send anything I say online into RCMP because I already send it myself. Every time I go on a live, everything I talk about, I send it to investigators. I sent the link for this live this morning to investigators. Everything I say, I give to them. I don't hide anything. I'm completely honest. So there's no point in ever sending anything I say online because I send it to them. So they know everything I say. And I don't think a lot of people will believe me on that, but I do.
Well, I personally know they're keeping an eye on you because I have spoken with RCMP, and RCMP told me themselves that they have somebody dedicated to watching social media. So
they actually have a whole team. They have a whole social media team that's dedicated to scouring everything online. I have told them many times, try to get into all these private groups. So all these groups that people have on Facebook, and they're like, oh, like these are, we talk about Lily and Jack in this group. I have investigators trying to infiltrate all those groups. I try to do everything I can for the case. And that comes to being in these chats, being in those groups, and scouring the information, everything they can get. I tell them the group names and see if they can get officers to go in on the inside and talk to them. and try to get any information they can. I've been doing that since the start. I don't openly talk about that because now people are going to say, "Oh, there's probably somebody in our Facebook group that's, RCMP or working for the RCMP," and there probably is, because I tell them to get into every group. I tell them to watch all these lives, and every time I talk in a live, I send it to them as well. I send the link to them. So I'm doing everything I can.
Okay, so there's just a few questions, and I think that they were asked yesterday. And what is this? Seems like Shar is closed-minded. Please Daniel. Oh, okay. Thanks for your comment. That's useful. Appreciate that. Daniel, why are you and Darren not talking any longer?
Well, I've seen a lot of stuff online with the way Darren talks and the way he talks about me. I mean, you can go back to Susan's live where he said that I would buy drugs and not feed the children. But I stopped talking to Darren even before that, because one time Darren came to the house and he confronted Mom. And I was in bed sleeping, so mom told me about it afterwards. But Darren came to the house and he said to Mom, "You're making me out to be a liar. You said that you heard someone shh the kids outside." And Mom said, "I never said that. Darren, you made that up." And Darren got really mad at that. And I know Darren went online and he said that, that, that I was inside the house and I was scared of Darren, or was hiding away from Darren when he was confronting Mom. That's not the case. I was sleeping. I didn't even know until Mom told me afterwards. And Mom said if he ever comes back on the property, call the cops. So that's really where everything with Darren really took a turn. But I always was a little suspicious of Darren. I'm not going to dive into anything on that. But the way Darren comes across, he jumps around a lot with the accusations he makes and the stories that he produces. And like one minute he's saying the kids are on the reserve. The next minute he's saying, "Oh, the kids went down to the United States." And like with Darren, we're like, where is it? Like, where did you get this information? Do you want to tell us where you got the information? Is it from a private investigator? Is it from people you talk to? You don't ever give any sources. And that's the problem I have. Whenever I learn anything, I take it straight to investigators. I give them the source. You shouldn't just be going online and saying all this, rubbish or garbage. You should be citing your sources, where it came from. You don't have to give the exact name, but you can say, "I talked to this guy at this certain time," or "This guy's a local and I already gave the information to RCMP." But yeah, Darren, it's a really up in the air thing. And I haven't talked to Darren in a long time. He's accused me of owing people, drug debts. And, I sold the kids for drugs and all this other nonsense, right? I don't owe anyone money for drugs. I never did. So that's kind of like the backstory on Darren.
Thank you.
So,
I want to keep it moving. So,
yeah, of course.
what
Yeah, I
about the
talk a lot.
drones? It's okay. A lot of people are wondering about the drones, because that's something that you told me months ago, that you had drones, but it's not something that I really shared. And they're wondering, like, what do you mean the drones are flying around to protect you? Like, how does that equate to protecting you or protection for you, as opposed to monitoring your comings and goings?
Well, you can't put a precise time on my monitorings of coming and going. I do have that lined up with major crimes. They know when I go to my visits with my daughter. They know when I have my court dates and everything like that. I tell them all that ahead of time because I don't really go out in the public eye. I was advised not to, just due to the death threats that I have. And the surveillance of the drones see, there's two different types of drones. There's your normal recreational drone, which is, they just have their standard light on it. It would be white, sometimes orange, sometimes a little bit green. And those are your normal recreational drones, high quality ones. But then when you get into the RCMP drones, they sit in various locations, and you can tell they're well coordinated because the drone pilots have special courses to do so, right? So they sit above the road. The one will sit above usually the end of the driveway, and they have them sit up at Lansdowne Station Road, and they have one that sits over to the far right, and then one sits over to the far left, and then one straight in behind the house. So they're all coordinated, north, east, south, and west. They're all done in a certain way so they can capture every angle. And you can tell they're RCMP because they blink red, white, and blue. There's not people out there impersonating law enforcement, right? Because that's a crime. So you can tell that they're RCMP, and they have to maintain vigilance because anybody who drives by, they have to try to capture a license plate if they slow down or come into the driveway or anything like that. So
Have you
that
ever asked them
kind of covers
about
the drone
it?
stuff.
Yeah, have you ever asked them about it though? I know I
Yes, I
asked you that
do.
privately, but
Yeah, I do ask them about it, and it's a gray area, right? So it's limited information they can say. They say, "No, Daniel, we don't have drones on you." But did you ever see them during the day? And I say no, which is kind of a trick question for them, right? And
right.
so we can't see you don't see them during the day, only at night? I said, yeah. Oh, okay. But
So it's bizarre. So the next question, just to clarify, asked yesterday, you said that you were banned from that reservation
He
and
can't
would be
answer that.
arrested. He can't answer that? Oh,
I can
right.
answer that.
Okay.
You
Okay.
sure that's not gonna violate your court
Ah,
proceedings? If you don't care, I'd prefer to answer that for you.
I'll just do it. It's on my undertaking paper. We won't say more than that. It's not
Yeah, so
from stalking any individuals. It's not from doing anything that's, wrong. It's just, it says on my undertaking paper. It's a provision that's put in place.
thank you. Okay, there's 3 more and then that's it. Sorry guys, I know chat is probably going crazy. I'm not even looking at you. So, this one because this is the, habitual commenter on the replay and so but Daniel, you said you agreed with Darren 100% in a live chat on another channel. Can you clarify that when Darren first spoke about the case 10 months ago? Like some people don't understand what the evolution of information can do to a brain. So, please explain.
That's a great way to put it, Charmaine, with the evolution. At the beginning, I thought Darren was a very honest guy, and we had the best intentions for me and for my mother. And as time went on, I began more to disagree with what he's saying. I don't think the kids are on a reservation, and I will say that right now, so everyone can hear it. But Darren still has these ideas that he may not openly express anymore, but Darren has a lot of ideas that give mixed signals to the public. And I think he steered the public in the wrong direction. Because I don't know where he gets his information from, but it seems to be all over the place. 1 month it's this, the next month it's this, the next month it's this. There's no consistency with, what he talks about. And it could be correct. It could be the evolution of Darren. But
Fair.
I don't really agree with Darren at this point. There's 0%.
Now, was there an accusation or something that kind of broke the communication, or was it just over time just kind of slipped away and just stopped responding?
Actually, I'll openly talk about this. When I was at Jordan's one time, Darren said to me, Daniel, I don't want you here anymore. And Jordan said, Daniel's my friend, Dad. And if he wants to be here, he's allowed to be here. And I knew from that point, I was like, yeah, Darren, he's not a huge fan of me no longer. So that may have been like one of the key tipping points. And then what really secured it is the thing with my mother, where he came here and, he confronted Mom. And Mom's always been honest. And for Darren to do that, I think that was a huge mistake on his part.
Okay, thank you. And you've said often and in mainstream media interviews that there's more to the situation than what meets the eye. Are you able to elaborate on that just to kind of clear up a little bit of the mud in that statement?
I said that on one of my CBC interviews. I think that was earlier on. There is a lot more to meet the eye, but I don't know everything, right? I'm very limited on what, major crimes can actually tell me. So that was like a more of a personal perspective, which it probably is true, right? There's a lot more than meets the eye. They can't tell me, they can't tell the public. And so that's basically what that means, I think. Or not
Okay,
what I
thank
think.
you.
I mean, that's my own personal perspective, and that's the way law enforcement works. They can't just tell you everything. And I'll tell you this too. I'm so limited on sometimes on what they tell me. I asked for the CCTV footage from Dollarama to see exactly what the kids were wearing that day, so I could get the whole outfits of both of them to see if they were still at the house here, to see if their clothes were switched that morning. And because all the kids' clothes were here, right, until I packed them up and sent them with investigators because Malaya asked for them. But I was going to go through all their clothes and see if I could match the exact description. And they told me, Daniel, we can't give you the CCTV footage from Dollarama because you're considered a witness.
Which is bizarre to me because if children are missing, you would think, I don't know why my camera's off, but if kids are missing, you would think what they were last seen wearing, because Malia said they didn't change their clothes overnight. They went to bed because laundry, blah, 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 whatever. So it's safe to assume that they had on the same clothes that they were wearing in that video. You would think that they would, at least be able to tell us exactly what they were wearing at this point. It's bizarre. Anyways, last question that I have, and then I think Melissa's got a couple starred, but um, do you feel comfortable talking about what happened to your hand? A lot of people have heard about it, and I mean, I don't see why it's a big secret, but do you mind
Yeah, I
talking?
will talk about my hand. Fewer discretion is advised, I guess. But at where I work inside of a sawmill. There's giant ventilation fans. I think you know where I'm going with this. Giant ventilation fans. And it looks like it was starting to pull from the wall, right? The screws and were starting to get loose. And so I pushed on the outer guard around the fan. And there's a large steel guard or frame that goes around the fan. And when I pushed on it, I don't know if the metal was like had condensation on it or the metal was, glossy and smooth. But when I pushed on that, because it looked like it was loose and going to fall out of the wall, when I pushed on that ventilation fan, the tips of my finger and of fan blades, and it sliced my finger so bad, my middle finger and my index finger, and also my ring finger on my left hand. So I had to be rushed to the hospital. And because there was so many severe lacerations to my upper middle finger. And so I had to go into surgery right away for that. And just in the end of my middle finger, there was 10 stitches. And this is going to sound gruesome to say, but when they froze my hand, they had to put the stitches up through my nails. So that's how it happened. And then 6 days later, I had to go for plastic surgery on my finger.
Just a real side note on that, just because of what my career was. Do you guys have lockout tagout at your work? And were you
Yeah,
written
there's
up
no
as a
lockout or
result of
tagout
this?
on that ventilation fan.
Is it something that needs to run all the time? There still has
Yeah.
to be safety protocols followed, Daniel. Just saying. I'm going to
Well,
hand it over to
well,
Melissa
I
for a
wasn't
minute.
expecting for my fingers to slip along the large metal guard and tap the end of the aluminum fan blades. But I do understand. I do understand that.
Totally. Yeah. Like I said, and Brandy, it wasn't meant to be shady, but you have to admit when you make 8 very negative comments on one live stream and not really any valuable questions. I mean, maybe I took it wrong, but it felt a little bit like an attack. So anyways, go ahead, Melissa, with the stuff you had starred there.
Okay, so I have a question that's not starred for you too, Daniel. A lot of people asked yesterday, and one of them I think I did star, but just a simple yes or no here. Do you still have visits with baby M?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
They never stopped.
Okay. So I would also like to ask here, it says from Polly G, if Malaya Brooks Murray is such a good mom, why is her baby still in foster care a year later? I think that's pretty self-evident. There's 2 children missing.
That's not the reason.
It's not. Okay, what is it?
I don't want to make this live turn the wrong way into an attack on Malaya. We'll just say that. I don't want to do that. I don't
Fair
want to. I don't want to do that.
Fair enough. We'll just leave it at
Let's just say
because it's not safe.
CPS knows the truth on not and nothing to do with the disappearance, but how Lily and Jack were treated by Malaya. I will leave it at that.
Fair enough.
Well, we won't touch on anything more than that.
At least Daniel took a stand. This is from Bonnie Garrett. She said, at least Daniel took a stand and spoke. He did. Great. And I'm happy he spoke out, as he has taken the brunt of it all. No, he didn't appear drunk yesterday, as sober as can be. So I just wanted to let you know that there are some positive comments as well. So we already answered that one. So Little Mama asked, can you ask him why he said before that he found the Barbie shirt, but now they have it as that's what she went missing with? And I do remember you saying at one time that you found that shirt. Can you clarify on that any?
Yeah, there's a Barbie sweater and a Barbie t-shirt. So I found the Barbie t-shirt in the stuff here. That's what I'm referring to. Not the actual shirt, not the sweater or the hoodie. It's the t-shirt that I found that Lily was supposedly wearing with the time of the disappearance. I found the Barbie t-shirt here.
Fair enough. That's all the questions I had. I know there were a lot that were starred. Like I said, I can't remember what all of them were. But again, I applaud you for speaking about Jack and Lily in a positive way and letting us know about them. So I'm going to turn it back over to Shar for a minute because I don't have anything else for you.
Thank you, Melissa.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of questions that I just, this Again, yesterday wasn't planned, but we had a little bit of notice, and this live stream was planned for a completely different reason. And I just, it's hard for me to mix talk about Jack and Lily to what Melissa's going to do. So I don't want to continue on, but hopefully maybe Daniel can come back another day and address some of the stuff that's probably going to come out as a result of your answers here today. I know that you expect the criticism and you expect the, not even attacks, I guess, but just further questions. But is that, I mean, I'm sure if you're just willing to jump up at a moment's notice, do you mind, carrying this over to another day?
Yeah, for 100%, I'll do that. I will definitely do that.
Okay,
I have
I
no
really
problem with
appreciate
answering any questions even right now. Completely open to answer whatever you guys throw at me.
No, I understand that, but I also hope you can understand that this,
Yeah, I know.
what Melissa has to do, I do not want it associated with Jack and Lily. They deserve much better than that. And what we're about to do is just drama control, I guess. And it's going to be the last time that we address this bullshit. But if you're willing to do it again, I would love to have you back to answer some more questions because I mean there's just a ton. So thank you so much, Daniel, for coming up again today. And yeah, we're gonna keep this moving with the shit that we need to deal with today.
Um,
And
before
I'll
Daniel jumps down, Charmaine, I do have one more question. And back when the kids went missing a year ago, it was said that Jack had his jacket. And then I believe later you said you found that jacket. Is that correct? Or no?
At the start, it was believed that Jack left without a jacket on. After I was started to gather up the kids' stuff and everything in the house, I put it all in Jack and Lily's room, right? All their clothes, all their belongings, and kept them in there. And I stored them until Malaya wanted the kids' clothes and belongings. But I noticed Jack's his navy blue, like the spring like a windbreaker, so it's a really thin winter coat. I noticed that his was missing. And the only way that would be missing is if it left on him that morning.
Okay, got you. Thank you.
So, but mom did say early on they found Jack's other other coat up in the woods. And they did. It was left up there for like a week or something in the woods, and we brought it back down to the house. But I think that's where that misconception may have came from. So hopefully I cleared that up. But as it goes for the description of the kids, it was never updated that Jack had the navy blue spring coat on. And that's 100% fact that he left in that because it's not at the house. I searched the house completely. Lily's was still here, her pink spring coat, but Jack's is missing. So I believe that the description should be updated to, fit that outfit that he had on. It should be added.
All right. Well, thank you. Again, this had nothing to do with what really I'm going to speak of. And I agree with Shar. It doesn't need to be mixed in because it's drama control. But I definitely hope you're willing to come back and answer more questions at some point.
Yeah, a lot of people ask me why I don't go on shenanigans. And I say, like, why would I? It would be foolish for me to go on shenanigans because it would just be an argument at that point. And I'm not looking to start arguments or start drama. I'm looking for the truth for Lily and Jack. And if I can bring the public as much as possible to help, that's what I'm willing to do. But with that, guys, I'll jump off and you guys can boot me out.
Okay. Thank you again, Daniel. We'll talk soon because we talk all the time. Just one sec.
Every day,
I
every
almost
day.
did it again. Every day. I almost did it again. I almost kicked myself again. This is hard. Okay. Okay, bye.
But
Okay. Well, that was unexpected and fun and message received, Brandy. Okay. I just, like I said, when I'm reading the comments and I'm just like, what? Like there's nothing that I can even take from this. The clarification, maybe we can, maybe we can work together to figure out exactly what it is you need clarified. And I mean, you heard it yourself. He's willing to come back and answer your questions. So by all means, guys, my email is ticking across the bottom. Send me it'll save me time from having to go back and re replay that live stream and write down all the questions that weren't asked. If you just email me or put them in here. And with that, I would like to leave this one in oh, look, that's so nice. So nice of you to join. I I would love to boot you, but instead I think I'll I'll allow you to stay for this next part. Melissa, please, by all means, the floor is yours.
Well, hello, shenanigans. By all means, stay so that you can see when I prove that you're a liar. So before I do that, I want to answer this question right here. Why does Melissa's live say proof Daniel's lying again? You, I think, need to go read my description again, because that's not what I said, and I'm not two-faced. So there's that. So feel free to go ahead and leave or stay. I don't really give two shits, honestly. So we're going to talk about Shenanigans Little Live. I've been gone, so I haven't had a chance to respond to any of this. So I will respond and show your ignorance for what it is. So let's hop right in here. Let me see, where do I want to start? So you said, Shenanigans, that you have started smoking again because of this case. Well, congratulations. I wish I could quit, but I'm a smoker. Hence why I am off camera most of the time, because I am a smoker. But smoking cigarettes, last I checked, I'm not real sure about Nova Scotia, where you're from. But in the United States, if you're over 21, you're allowed to smoke. Well, honey, I'm over 21. I'm allowed to smoke. Doesn't matter if a child is in the house or not. It's not my child, and I'll prove that here in a minute, because clearly you're not real smart. You wanted to play Alive from 2022. Well, here, honey, let me make you feel like an ass. Baby, my son was buried 3 weeks prior to that live. I went out and got drunk. Was it a wise decision? Probably not. Was it a wise decision to go live after being drunk? Probably not. But there was no drinking in that live whatsoever. Don't worry. I'll get to this. I'll prove you a liar that you are. So let's take a look at what started this comment. At 10:20 in your video here, you said you started smoking again. Let me play that out for you in case you forgot what you said.
You know what, though? I started smoking again because of this case.
Well, again, I don't know about Nova Scotia, honey, but here I'm allowed to smoke. So stick that in your pipe and smoke it, because there's nothing wrong with it. Now, let's move on to something else that you said. At 11:30 in this little, I won't use the hard R word, you accused me and Charmaine of being monsters of chaos. Let's play that out.
He's triggered. But you know what is the best one? Is Charmaine and Melissa's channel that they created just for me, Monsters of Chaos.
Cool. So, let me just prove to you right now you're an effing liar again. In case you didn't catch it the first time I did one of these. Now, I'm not going to be as nice in this one as I was in the first one. But if I go up here, I don't know, Charmaine's, Harley's in the way, but hopefully they can see this. If I go over here and I hit switch account, yeah, they can see it. See that right there? It says American Justice with Melissa. You see that? You see that? Okay.
Should I do
Now,
that too? Should I do that too? Because I don't even know how to do that.
I don't
Can
know
I?
if you want to.
How do I do it? Okay,
Hold on. I'll walk you
you
through it
carry
here in
on.
just a second. I'll walk you through that here in just a second. So then down here, it says AJ's Crime Time Talk. Now that's the one I had to start up when you had your little minions report my videos over and over and had my channel taken down. Well, let me tell you, honey, I got my channel back clearly. Now, I clearly had to go through YouTube, right? Okay. And they looked at all of my videos and they said I did nothing wrong, that I got my channel back. So clearly I'm not Monsters of Chaos, or I don't know, you dumb bitch. It would show Monsters of Chaos. That's the only time I'm going to call you a name, by the way. So Charmaine, to do that, up here where it shows your picture, if you click on that and then you click down here where it says switch account, it will give you all of your accounts. Now, I'm not sure what happens when I click view all channels, but those are my 2 accounts.
See if I can figure this out because I just oh, Harley's in the way. Harley's in the way. But I'll go up here to my thing, right? Account. Then that. There's another one. Oh, up here. Look. This is okay. So O4L, that's my work. Oh, you can't see that. Why can't you see that?
You got to click switch account.
Oh, that's not it. What? Oh, switch account. Add account. Add account. I don't know. This is it. And then I guess I could go because I'm not lying. I do have other profiles. Let me just sec because I've got like we all know that I've got my work one, and I was playing around one day. I thought it was funny. I was doing Ian's payroll, and I was watching, I think it was Melissa's live, and so I went into her chat as a different user. But it's literally like Ian's work thing. I'm not going to pull that one up because it's got his business stuff on it, but this is my other one. Switch account. There it is. Look, there's me and there's the view all channels. Can you see that? Is that working? I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't even know if that proves anything because I could have a separate laptop with it on it, I guess. I mean, whatever. I apologize. You continue, Melissa. This is all you. And just for the record, you guys, um, I always think that everybody has the right to defend themselves. Everybody has the right to, um, respond to things. And for those of you who are thinking that this is childish and it's got nothing to do with um, Jack and Lily, you're right. It absolutely doesn't. But the things that were said were harmful and hurtful. And I think that Melissa has every right to address the things that were that were said about her. I did respond to my part, though she keeps on as much as yesterday, telling people in person that I'm Monsters of Chaos. But I mean, it's beneath me at this point. But Melissa has every right to address some of this shit. So if you don't like it, click off. This isn't about Jack and Lily, anyways. My thumbnail made that clear. So go ahead, Melissa. I apologize.
Fine. So you said down here again that this was me and Charmaine again when you were talking about this right here. So let me show you something. Right here, Monsters of Chaos, and they posted this 10 days ago. In response to shenanigans, aka Tea Lady, Teabag Shan, Tea Time on True Crime with Shenanigans, recent live on April 22nd, 2026. Hello, Shan. Thank you for showing your viewers this channel and some of the videos. It was nice of you to show some from Ron Mexico's videos as well. You at one point say that this channel is run by Melissa and Shar. Those two individuals have nothing to do with this channel being created or any of their mods. None of them run this channel behind the scenes. That is a false narrative you created on your own. But remember, somebody asked you in that chat, Shan, if this was fact or speculation. And you said that this was fact, that you know it is Charmaine and I. So, not only have I told you, now they've told you as well. Let's keep reading. That is a false narrative you created on your own. Monsters of Chaos feels you owe Shar and Melissa and their mods an apology, Shan, Tea Lady, for falsely accusing them of running this channel. Before you accused, I think they meant Melissa and Shar, of running this channel, you claimed it was Ron Mexico. Ron Mexico does not run this channel either. They have their own channel. This channel, however, thanks Ron Mexico for their inspiration to start this channel. It is, if you were wrong, Shan, about Ron Mexico running this channel, could you be wrong about Melissa and Shar running it and their mods? Good question. Must be. Melissa has stopped in to say hi. I have. By the way, I like some of their videos. We'll get to that in a minute. And be helpful. She told this channel about ScreenPal. I will tell anybody about ScreenPal. It screen records your computer. It'll also screen record your camera. It takes audio. It's wonderful. I use it a lot. The first few videos were done just using a camera pointed at the screen. The hell comment, from our understanding, was because Melissa is religious and said she was concerned for you. Before we continue reading, let's have a look at that hell comment, shall we? Hell will be a hot place she better start believing. So I've explained this once before to you, and clearly you're too dense to understand. So let me explain it to you one more time. See if I can use little words that you'll understand. My Bible, you see, tells me there's heaven and hell. My Bible also tells me that you have to have a relationship with God or you're not going to make it to heaven. Now, those are my beliefs. I'm not going to push my beliefs on anybody else. But that is where that comment came from. Because if you are only praying twice in your life, once to take a life away and once to give a life or protect a life, your own, then you clearly do not fall within that category for me. So let's go back to this comment here. Let me find it again. I lost my place. The hell comment, from our understanding, was because Melissa is religious and she was concerned for you. I don't know about concerned for you, but take it as you will. Don't think she literally said, go to hell. Nope, I didn't. I said, you better start believing, AKA, you better start believing in God, right? She said something about hell being a hot place. I sure did. Melissa and Shar did seem to be sincere about wanting to resolve things with you. I was, reluctantly. And you can thank Shar for that, because I really didn't care one way or another, because you have shown me who you are, which there's videos out there with those receipts, so I won't go over them again. Melissa and Shar did seem to be sincere. We were. Shar was very sincere about it. To not necessarily be friends, because that will never happen again, but just to resolve the drama that you seem to want to cause. They weren't just talking out of their ass, nope, or virtue signaling, nope. I would highly recommend taking them up on that offer to join them on panel. I would prefer that you not, because I don't care for you or your voice. You took a vote on your live tonight on whether or not to go on panel with Shar and Melissa. 1 for yes and 2 for no. Most of the viewers in the live chat voted no. Thank God for that. I can't speak for Shar, but that's how I feel. Try not to leave it up to your viewers on whether or not you resolve the issue, or act like an adult for that matter. If Shar and Melissa or any of their mods read this, feel free to show this post on your next live stream. Well, thank you for the permission to do so. So I don't know how else.
One sec. I would just like to answer that. I was being genuine, not to be friends, but just to air it out so that it didn't come to this. And I didn't know that she took a vote in her chat, and that most people voted for her not to come up. The reason why I wanted that is because I prefer to speak as an adult, to have a face to face, even if it's through a computer, at least we're face to face. And if you have a problem, be an adult and tell me what it is. And then I will respond, and we'll either work it out or we'll agree to disagree and move on. But instead, here we are. So that I just wanted to respond to that part of it. And I didn't read any of this shit. I don't follow her stuff. I get told about all this stuff, right? So I'm just going to leave it at that. Sorry for interjecting again, Melissa. Go ahead. It's all you.
That's okay, because I was about to turn it over to you. So, Shar gave her opinion. So let me stop talking to you like you're a freaking baby. This is not high school. You are not a mean girl, and I will out disrespect your disrespect. Now, this is the last time I'm going to address this with you. You want to keep my name in your mouth? You want me to live rent-free in your head? Go for it. But don't accuse me of being something I'm not, because I am anything but. I am brutally honest. Half the time on here, because it's Shar's channel and out of respect for Shar, I don't say half the things I want to say, because I don't want it to reflect on her channel. However, I've now been pushed to the point that I just don't give a crap. I've had enough. I've caught you lying multiple times, and we're not even done yet. Not even done yet. So either you can, like I've said before, put your big girl panties on and grow up and act like an adult, or I will continue talking to you like you're a 2-year-old. Which one do you want? So let's move on. Let's see. What is the next thing? Oh, let's see. The video. So clearly you wanted, hold on a minute. Let me go down and see what time that was. It was at 12:45. So you wanted to play a couple seconds of a video. Let's play this out for a second.
Let's do this one first. So they like to criticize me quite a bit over drinking, smoking, and that sort of thing. So no, it's not speculation. I'll show.
Hold on a minute. First of all, I've never said shit about smoking or drinking or you doing so. You're a big girl. You don't need my permission. I mean, you look like you're at least 60. So, I mean, you should be legal enough to do so, right? I'm over it. Stop accusing me of saying stuff that I didn't say, or I'm going to sit here and prove you wrong. Because I'm tired of your lying little horse face saying shit that is not correct. Now, before we get into this, let me remind you again, I had buried my son 3 weeks prior to this.
Thank
Again,
you.
was it?
And just sorry, really quickly, Rogue, you have no idea what you're talking about, okay? We have been taking the high road for a long time. This next part will explain why Melissa is so angry. If you do not want to watch or hear it, click off. Sorry, go ahead.
So, most of you who have followed me or heard me on Char's channel talk about things or heard me on Sunny's channel know that I was an addict. I am 18 years clean, honey. So let me tell you what, I buried my baby, my youngest, 3 weeks prior. Should I have been drunk? Probably not, but at least I didn't go back to drugs. Should I have gone live drunk? Probably not, but I was trying to get in a better mood because at midnight that night, I went to text my dead son. So you know what? You want to say shit about me being drunk and smoking? Go ahead. Was I drunk? Yep. That'll be clear and evident here in a minute. Was I smoking? Sure was. Now, I also say in this video, if you would have actually watched it, this was not my child in the house, and I'm going to prove that to you again. To prove, again, you're clearly a liar. You clearly didn't watch the whole thing. Now, let me play this out for a minute so you guys can see what she says. And then we will go to the video and we will watch the first portion of it.
Show you some receipts here in a minute, Mr. Hemi.
Oh, wait a minute. I need to rewind that because right here you say this is not speculation, that this is proof. And you were going to show receipts that we, Shar and I, were monsters of chaos. Well, let me tell you what. I watched that whole thing because it was sent to me. And you never once showed a receipt that I was monsters of chaos or Shar. I'm waiting. Where are they? I keep showing mine. Where are yours? Let's listen to that again. About how, now let me scroll down here. Because Mr. Hemi asked about this. Shar and Melissa's are monsters of chaos? Question mark. All right. What monsters of chaos is Shar? Question mark. Somebody up here, I don't remember if it was up here, but they asked if this was speculation or if this was proof. And you said you were going to show the proof. And of course, because we're not monsters of chaos, you can't show it. But remember, you say this is not speculation. Let's listen to that again.
Let's do this one first. So they like to criticize me quite a bit over drinking, smoking, and that sort of thing. So no, it's not speculation. I'll show you some receipts here in a minute, Mr. Hemi.
Well, it's not speculation, huh? Mr. Hemi, for the record, I am not Monsters of Chaos. Never have been. Don't know who it is. Don't care who it is. I kind of like their videos. Don't care. Plain and simple. But do not state something as a fact shenanigans if it is not actually fact. don't say you're going to provide receipts for something that you don't have receipts for, because trust me, you don't want me to bring up all of mine on you or your bestie. How about that? Now, let's play it out and see what she has to say.
So this is Melissa from American Justice, the one of the people behind Monsters of Chaos. And here she is in one of her earliest streams going back to January 1st, 2022. So let's just have a little look at how responsible she is, shall we?
And before I play this, keep in mind, I have admitted I was drunk in this, but there's no alcohol in this video. There's no drugs in this video, but we'll get to that in a minute. Again, you said there I was Monsters of Chaos. Show me receipts. Sorry, y'all. I'm a bit mad and I'm all over the place. I know. Try to follow along.
Well, yeah, you burnt the shit out of it. Yeah. Because your dingling ass didn't realize, hey, boiling water gonna hurt you. Yeah. What? What? Yeah, it looks nasty.
So I know you couldn't hear it there on the replay, but you will hear it when I play the actual video. Aiden said, Mom. Now, let me inform you, I had permission to have this up, and I have it up for a reason, so that my bestie right there, my American bestie, no offense to Shar and Sunny, can see what Rachel said at any time that she wants. Now, Aiden is a 16-year-old child in this video, and you had no right to post his face or anything else, or talk about him, or any parenting here in a minute that you decide to talk about. So let me inform you, his mother, my bestie, my American bestie, is quite pissed at you, and she will be reporting you and your video, and she is doing everything she can not to come at you. So again, yes, I'm drunk. Yes, I smoke cigarettes, not against the law. But at least I didn't go back to drugs 3 weeks after burying my child.
Are we live? Yeah, but nobody's in here yet. Who we talking to? Whoever comes in. Hi, y'all. Hey, you. Happy fucking New Year. All right. It's been real. It's been fun, but not real fun. Right.
Now, you guys hear her voice, and I know you don't know Joni, but we had been crying for a while before we decided to do this, because we were trying to pretend like we were happy, pretend like we were okay, because it was 3 weeks that I'd buried my son. It was 5 when we buried her brother. 2 people we desperately loved and love still.
I second that. Sucky, $5. She did that during pool, little fucking dick. And she's jacking the fucking pool stick. She acts like it's $5. Lord help me. Lord help me. Y'all don't even fucking know. Bitch is crazy. How do we know nobody's on? Well, there's people on now. There's 7 people in here. Oh, wow. Hey, Happy 7 New Year, people. Y'all. Happy New Year.
I'm wondering, should I fast forward it to where she admits being a crackhead?
Okay, I'm sorry. That still makes me laugh. I love you, girl. She has a habit of making me laugh sometimes. That was a legit laugh. I almost spit that Coke or tea. I don't remember which one it was. I think it was Coke out my nose, because she's crazy. Now, when I said she's crazy, I literally meant she's crazy. And we'll play the video so people can actually have true context since you wanted to skip around. Now, I called her a dick. Does that mean she's a literal dick? Because when I called her a crackhead, and then I said we were both crackheads, meaning that we were crazy and we weren't all there at the moment, and we were acting a little out of sorts of our normal self. So I called us crackheads. And again, mind you, I've been clean 18 years this year. So at this point, I was clean 14 years. I'm not literally saying that we're on crack, but I mean, if you're too dense to understand that or understand that we might call ourselves or each other names, then I guess you don't have a true best friend that you can make fun of and call different names. So why don't we go ahead and fast forward, as you say, to where I admit that we're on crack? Huh? How about that? Don't worry, folks. We're going to watch the actual first part of this video.
Or when she's smoking in front of a kid in the house. Should I? I think it's at, I just think it's ironic since they create channels to criticize me.
Again, smoking is not illegal, even with a 16-year-old in the house. And I've never criticized you for drinking or smoking for that matter. Sure, before we do that, have you ever criticized shenanigans for drinking or smoking cigarettes at all?
I wasn't even aware that there was a drinking problem, issue, rumor, nothing like that. No, never criticized her on a public live at all, ever. Nothing. Never.
No, I smoke, which you guys will see here shortly. Again, I've admitted. Here, let me just hi, cigarette in my hand. This is why I am off camera so much, because the cases we follow stress me out. So I smoke. Now, Charmaine, do you smoke?
Faithfully.
Okay. So it would be kind of stupid, don't you guys agree, if two smokers were to tell another smoker or criticize another smoker for smoking? Why would we do that when we smoke ourselves? That would be kind of dumb now, wouldn't it? Now, I no longer drink, haven't drank since this day. Why? Partially because of this video, and I realized how stupid I was because I was drunk. But because I know it doesn't bring out the best in me. And I know I have a tendency to get addicted to things. Cigarettes, at one point drugs, which again, I'm clean from. So I don't drink anymore. I didn't like this, how I was in this video. Am I proud of it? Nope. Does it still make me laugh some? Yeah, kind of does. No, not gonna lie. But again, I'm of age. So is she, by the way. She's plenty of age to smoke. So let's play this out and let's see what you have to say. And I'm sure I'll stop it here in a second. But again, that would be awful hypocritical of me.
On their Monsters of Chaos page. So I just thought, isn't that
Again, not Monsters of Chaos. Can I drill that through your thick skull yet? I mean, I know horses have thick heads, but is it through there yet?
ironic? Let me just fast forward a little bit. Should I go to 6 minutes? Let's see here. 6 minutes. Let's go here.
And you're batshit crazy. Look
We
at
know
that.
you are, but that's besides the point.
Now, I don't remember if you play it here, but my bestie there, she literally goes, If you're crazy and you know it, shake your meds, to which she turns around, grabs her meds, and shakes them. I warned you, she's crazy. Like, if I want to drain an oil pen at 2 a.m., she's who I'm calling. Okay? Legitimately crazy. Love you, girl, if you're watching this.
I'm telling you, you'll laugh your ass off.
So, when it struck midnight here, the two of us crackheads over here, we just start bawling because we go to pick up our phones and I go to text my son. She goes to text her brother and it's like, oh, fuck.
Now, if you had any kind of morals or decency, right there, I told you, and you knew when you made this video when my son died, so you knew that this was right after. Seems kind of stupid of you. You clearly weren't paying attention. So you're going to try to run somebody down. And mind you, this is 2022, people. 4 years ago. Okay. And you still thought it was wise to say something. Okay. Shows more about you than it does me now there, doesn't it?
Then it goes on to them calling a psychic. Do you want to see them calling the psychic? Because
Now, again, we're going to play this video in context since you didn't clearly. We didn't call the psychic. So for full transparency, guys, this was done on TikTok. This was not a YouTube live. It wasn't until after I made my YouTube channel that I uploaded this video. Now, I did not call her. She came in to chat. She had said some things, and we'll play that since you clearly didn't. And I told her to come in the box on TikTok. You guys probably know that that means come on up. Now, she did come up and she did a reading, an impromptu reading. We weren't expecting it, but it did make our night. And that is why this video is still up. So for you to play this shenanigans and say the things that you said, knowing that we had just buried our loved ones weeks prior, and knowing the backstory, if you would have paid attention anyway to this video, that you really probably shouldn't have commented on it. Thank you. The hat was cute, wasn't it? I think we had beads too. I don't remember. We still laugh about this night. Even as sad as we were. One, because she burnt the crap out of her hands because, okay, look, I said it. We were drunk. She burnt the crap out of some cinnamon rolls. Okay, they were hard as a rock. You'll see that in the video when I play it because I'll play it in context. But back to the point. I didn't call her. She came up. Now, I even say in this, if you would have played the whole thing, that I was very skeptical of psychics or mediums because I've never met a true one. Now, I also say in here why this woman had made me a believer. There are two mediums that I do believe have a gift. The woman that comes up is one of them. I'm pretty sure you didn't have permission to share her face either, but that's besides the point. Why would I say something about you doing your tarot card readings or anything else when I am now a believer that some people truly do have the gift? So again, I'll play this in context since you didn't have the balls or the courtesy to do. Let's play it out.
they believe in psychics as well, apparently. So let me just remove that and go over to Monsters of Chaos. One moment.
Hold on. She'll go back to it. Let me fast forward here to where she goes back after you do the whole Monsters of Chaos bullcrap. And again, you know, you like to accuse people of things without evidence. So I gotta find it here because I do believe you went back to it. Maybe not. Sorry, guys. I thought I had all the timestamps down. I guess I didn't. Doop, 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 doop. Oh, there's the Ron Mexico. Oh, well, I guess you didn't go back to it. So no worries, y'all. Because guess what I have pulled up? Here we are. So let's play this out because it's 30 minutes, 38 minutes. We're not going to play the whole thing. But yeah. So do I look good in this video? No, I admit that. But I think drinking is a hell of a lot better than going back to drugs. Just my own personal opinion there. And for those of you that know me, you know that look that was just on my face. And it's a look of sorrow. It's a look of grief. Because you've seen it before when I've been on camera. And if I have to come on camera tonight, I will. That ring that I'm playing with was my son's ring. That necklace I have around my neck was my son's. Shar, did you want to say something real quick?
I want to address cool because, I mean, you need to, I don't care if you do or not, but if you're that invested on what our issue is, then you need to go back and watch any live stream. Just pick a fucking random live stream of shenanigans, okay, and all the cheap shots and the bullshit she's been talking about me, the accusations, and then the live stream she did that Melissa is going through here today. That's what this is about. None of it has anything to do with Malaya. None of it has anything to do with Malaya. You get real. And I don't want to kick you or block you, but man, it's got nothing to do with Malaya. I didn't have a problem with shenanigans. I told shenanigans I didn't have a problem with her. I showed it. She said she didn't have a problem with me. And then she proceeded to dig and dig and dig and cheap shot and cheap shot and cheap shot and drove me to the point where I felt I needed to address it. Had nothing to do with Malaya. Way before she was even on Malaya's radar. It's got nothing to do with Malaya. Get it out of your head or just leave the chat. Please. Sorry. Continue.
No, I'll expand on that. This doesn't have anything to do with Malaya. So let me say this again, since you don't seem to understand or get it through your thick skull. And you keep on, none of this happened until I was buddy with Malaya. This has nothing to do with Malaya. Remember back January 18th when your bestie decided she was going to sell unredacted court documents of a sex assault victim and a domestic violence victim? Unredacted, meaning it has that person's name and address and identifiers on it, for $20 to be on the Patreon and then $20 US to get the unredacted document. Yeah, that, which if you guys want me to play that video again, I will, of, I believe it was Ron Mexico's video. It's on his personal page that he posted that has all the receipts, because you know what? I gave it to him. I'll out myself. I don't care. I gave it to him. Because I am tired of your poor, pitiful me. I'm gonna play the victim after I poke the bear bullshit. You have poked me long enough, and I'm over it. Now, there you go. You want to know how Ron got that video? I sent it to him. Oh, by the way, Ron, I loved the ending that you put on the video. Thank you so much. So let's play this out. Again, no, it doesn't look good on me. But you will hear in here that Aiden, I'll say his name, because she does, refers to her as mom multiple times, and she answers, not me. Multiple times, or at least once, I tell you that we're going to take pictures with her child. So don't come at me and say this is my child, or when we're smoking in a house with a child. It's her house. She smokes in it, so I'm going to smoke in it. Yes, Aiden was present. Ask me if I care. It's not illegal. Now, I'm tired of the disrespect, and I have had enough. And like my title says, I'm going to prove you a liar yet again. And I've done just that. I bring the receipts. You don't. How about that? Next time you want to say something, have receipts. Back it up. You made the bed. Now you get a lie in it. You laid down with fleas. Now you got them. Not my problem. And if anybody doesn't like it, leave. Come back. Here in about 30 minutes, come back. And we'll be talking about something else. But I've had enough. And I'm going to stand up for myself. Because you're wanting to act like a mean girl. And like I said a while ago, I will out disrespect your disrespect. And I will come with the receipts. Because clearly you have none. So, again, to put this in context, yes, we were smoking. Yes, we were drunk. It was 3 weeks after I buried my child. I buried my child on December 7th, 2021. And I dug him up and had to rebury him 4 weeks after this was made. Because they buried him in the wrong spot and they had to exhume him and do other things when they did so. Now, her brother, Daryl, because it's said here, and it outs her town where she is from. She does it herself, so I'm going to let it play. This is not the town I am from. But her brother, we buried 2 weeks prior. Well, technically, we didn't bury him. He was cremated. But we lost her brother 2 weeks prior to my son dying. Does this video look good on us? No, I admit that. But it's a hell of a lot better than going back to drugs. So I will play this out because you didn't have the balls to do so, to put things in context.
What are you doing?
My poor hand.
Well, yeah, you burnt the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Because your dingling ass didn't realize, hey, boiling water gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
What? What?
Yeah. It looks nasty. Are we live?
Yeah, but nobody's in here yet.
Who we talking to?
Whoever comes in, hi, y'all.
Hey, yo. Happy fucking New Year.
Right?
It's been real. It's been fun, but not real fun.
Right. I second that.
Sucky, sucky, $5.
She did that during pool, little fucking dick. And she's
So I see a comment I want to respond to. Patriot girl here. You can smoke in a home. It's up to the adults. That's correct. Some go outside and some go in a room. We, in this video, are in the kitchen. She has 2 living rooms. Well, technically she has 1 living room and 1 like game room where like the stereo and the darts and all that is done. Her son, up until he came into the kitchen, was in a different room than us. So, yeah, just to put that into perspective there.
Jacking the fucking pool stick. She likes sucky banana. Lord help me. Lord help me. Y'all don't even fucking know. Bitch is crazy.
How do we know nobody's on?
Well, there's people on now. There's 7 people in here.
Oh, wow. Hey,
Happy
7
New Year,
people.
y'all.
Happy New Year. Sucky, $5.
Here, sucky banana. Oh my God. Oh, Lord, y'all.
$1. Sucky, $5.
Lord help me. Hey, Rachel, Lord help me.
Who's Rachel?
Rachel is a psychic medium. Okay, this woman is on live the other day, and I'm like all skeptics about this whole they can talk from me. This woman and the lady she was with, dude, told me shit that nobody could have known.
Really?
Like that I was wearing Nick's necklace and how it was with the back of his neck, and like there was no way unless Nick was telling her this shit that they could have known it. It's like, wow, I went from skeptic to believer real damn quick.
Yeah, but we love you, Rachel. For reals.
How was your New Year's, Rachel? Ours is turning out quite fun.
What's that say?
She says, hello.
We had a baby, it's a boy.
We had a baby, it's a boy.
We had a baby.
Lord help me. Oh, yeah, you ain't even had New Year's yet? Shit, you mean we can celebrate New Year's twice?
Oh, hell yeah.
Fucking it. We
Maybe
get a
New Year's
redo.
would be
I
better.
already ate one. We decided we're going to
That's hard.
New Year.
Hard as a rock.
You're in California.
California. Hey.
Been there.
Fucking A, we gotta celebrate New Year's the second time.
What time do we
call
get to
it redo.
celebrate?
It's 10:40.
The reason I said we were calling a redo is because when we celebrated New Year's, we both picked up our phones to text our loved ones who were no longer here. So that's why we call a redo. Her son sounds really far off, again, because he's in a different room. He will come into frame here shortly. Again, I'm not doing this just because I want to. I don't want to relive this today. I don't. But I'm also not going to sit here and be attacked either.
There.
So it's 1:40 here.
So
We got 3 more hours.
no. Got an hour and 20 minutes.
No, we got.
No.
You just threw a cinnamon bun at us.
hat.
How you gonna throw
I threw a hat at you.
fucking A? We gotta celebrate the second time.
Oh, where's my horn?
Fucking find out.
What horn?
Oh, right here.
Okay, so anyway, 12:40, so
See, I was low.
20 minutes mix. So we got an hour and 20 minutes. So 20 minutes makes 2 o'clock. So at 3 o'clock our time, we can celebrate New Year's again. That's
Cool.
right.
Hopefully it'll be better than the first New Year's.
I got no shit. Bitch, that my ear. Fucking drunk ass over here.
Shine on.
We're gonna take some pictures on Snapchat. I already did with her kid.
Look at that monkey. See right there.
You are on crack.
Nope. Not on crack, just from Joe's.
Fucking psycho people.
Shows Indiana.
How did I sign up
Home
for
of
this
the
bullshit?
Jug Rocks. Look it up. Jug Rocks. Yep.
Yeah.
China.
It was my hiding spot until Officer Green realized it was my hiding spot.
Hey, I got a
Can't
lighter
be my hiding
leash.
spot. The fuck you do, bitch? That's mine.
Lighter leash. See, it keeps them on.
Anyway, he don't want nobody out on the front porch. Let's go out there.
I ain't going out there. Don't ever marry, especially for the 3rd time. It don't work. Just saying.
1, 2. Wait a minute. Yeah, 1, 2, and 3 didn't work for me.
Yeah.
I ain't doing that shit a 4th time. Fuck
Me neither.
that.
4th time's not the charm. What?
I know what Uncle felt like.
Unky only married once.
Yeah, but he dated more than we can count.
Yeah, but Unky was like, fuck that. Yeah. Prozac Princess. Look it up on SoundCloud. Yeah, Daryl
Is it on
Shotman.
YouTube?
Nope, just YouTube or SoundCloud.
He has it on YouTube.
No, he doesn't.
I don't think you can look at somebody else's SoundCloud.
Yeah, you can. DARRELSALMON, like salmon.
That y'all.
Look it up. You're cuddling with porcupines. And you're batshit crazy. Look
We
it up.
know you are, but that's besides the point.
Those are legit songs that her brother wrote before he died. But again, I'm just playing this first part in full context since she couldn't.
I'm telling you, you'll laugh your ass off.
So when it struck midnight here, the two of us crackheads over here, we just start bawling because we go to pick up our phones and I go to text my son. She goes to text her brother and it's like, oh fuck, we're both fucked.
Yep, they're not there no more. They're just in heaven.
So
Heaven.
then we started crying.
Yep.
And then we're like, okay, it's time to leave.
Yep. And then now we're
At her house.
yeah, at my house, cuddling with the porcupines, being batshit crazy, shaking our meds.
Okay, so we're batshit crazy still.
Where's my meds?
I don't know.
If you're crazy and you know it, shake your meds. If you're crazy and you know it, shake your meds. If you're crazy and you know it, shake your meds and you'll feel better.
They are literally behind you. Yep.
They are?
They're on the floor, Mom.
No, that's my skillet pan.
No.
See?
Next to it.
See my iron skillet?
No, Mom. Look next to the air fryer.
See?
Does your brother have? Yeah, he
If
had
you're
dark hair.
crazy- Yeah, he had dark hair.
Is he coming through?
And this is where Rachel is in the chat and she starts saying things and we tell her to come in the box. And then she does a full reading. Now, I'm not going to play it just because, but that right there is her son. And she even says, meet my son, Aiden. If you want to go watch this whole thing, it's on my videos. Now, for the last time here, if you want to attack me for smoking cigarettes in a different room than a child and being drunk, okay, well, yeah, I was drunk. You're telling the truth there. But I'm not Monsters of Chaos, neither is Shar. You have said some really rude things about me and others because I called you out in a private chat about what your bestie did. And you wanted to get all huffy and tell me I was lying when I showed you the proof. And I've shown it here before as well. I'm not going to show it again. That is where the issues started, not because of Malaya. Now, I had your back. I was your mod. I had your back until you did that. And then I was done. So I've kept your name out of my mouth as much as possible. But if you want me to live rent-free in your head, go ahead. But the next time you want to run that mouth of yours, you better have the proof. You better have the receipts to back it up. And this is the last time I am going to address you because you are nothing. Nothing to me, nothing to my channel. And if you want to report it and get it taken down again, I'll go through the same steps I went through before when you did it the last time, and I will get it back because I've done nothing wrong. I do not call for people to harass you. In fact, I've told people to go watch your channel and make up their own mind. I've shown my receipts, and then I tell them, go watch your channel, make up their own mind. Grow up, act like an adult, and move on. Because after this point, I'm not addressing this again. Shar, would you like to say anything?
I would like to say that video in the proper context is hilarious, and I applaud you for having the strength to celebrate New Year's in that way with your best friend when you were both clearly grieving. It gave a lot of us just a little bit of a smile. Um, So I have absolutely nothing to say to or about shenanigans. It's beyond disgusting, and I hope this gives you some closure with it. I've got my closure. I had my closure a while ago. So um, you know, context matters with absolutely everything, and I implore everybody that if you hear something or if we say something that seems maybe a little bit out of turn or odd, out of character, shoot us a message, send an email and say, you said this and I took this from it. Is that what you meant? Just get some clarifying information or context. Just like, again, I was accused of offering Daniel a job by somebody else, not shenanigans, but I'm sure this is where it came from. Offering Daniel a job and offering to find him a legal team. And I showed you all the job offer. It wasn't that. And I have never once in my life even thought of helping Daniel with legal anything. That is ridiculous. And I can only guess where it came from because I do not watch. I get screenshots of shit that people think is ridiculous or important that I should know about. And that wasn't one of them. So, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's over for me. And, I don't know how much more you have to go, Melissa, but I didn't watch the video and I was waiting for your response because I didn't want to watch the video until I heard the context from you. So, like I said, it it made me feel good to see that you were able to be with a friend, have a little bit of fun, maybe some jokes, have a smile after such a traumatic event. So good for you, Melissa, honestly.
So this is, like I said, this is the last time I want to address this with her. She can continue making her snide remarks, flipping people off, saying what she wants to say. But like in any situation, I've said it a million times, context matters. But again, watch everything. Make up your own mind. So many things have been said about me on her channel or insinuated towards me or Shar on her channel. And if it were true, then she'd have no problem proving it and coming up with receipts. So, Ernestine Oakley, is Daphne still shenanigans bestie? Yes, and she still says to this day she will defend her bestie. Again, I can pull up Ron Mexico's video here in a minute and put it in chat, or just go to his profile, watch it. I showed the receipts. I gave it to him. I said, here, you want receipts? Here's your receipts. And I gave him the receipts. Make up your own mind. You guys all have a brain. I assume that you're not a toddler and you can reason and make up your own minds. But I'm over this high school bullshit where you want to drag people down and make snide comments when they're not legit. They're not true. You want to say for a fact, Shar and I are this, Shar and I are that. We're not. We've shown it. So, this is it. You don't live rent-free in my head, but clearly I live rent-free in yours along with several others. So, this is it. Now, again, yes, I was drunk. There was a non-drunk person there to watch the 16-year-old child. Not everybody in the house was drunk. Okay? Not everybody in the house was on that video. I don't care if you smoke. I don't care if you drink. As long as you're not doing illegal drugs in front of kids and you're of age to do whatever it is you're doing, do it. Plain and simple. Live your best life. But you watched that video, you even played it, you knew when this time frame was, and you still chose to try to degrade me and say I'm irresponsible or a bad parent. And first of all, it wasn't my child. Okay. Knowing what had happened. That says a lot about you, not me. I've said my piece. I've shown the receipts. I'm over it. You do you. The olive branch was a legit olive branch. Okay? You said it wasn't, but it was a legit olive branch from Shar and I. Shar more than me. I agreed to do it because I wanted to move past whatever. I can't even say whatever the issue is because I know what the issue is. You're just not telling the truth about what the issue is. And I'm willing to move past that. You do you. Stay away from me. We're all good. But you can't do that. You'd rather act like a teenager and try to be a mean girl. It's not working. This has nothing to do with Jack and Lily. This has nothing to do with Malaya. Now, you were at that vigil yesterday. Where was your voice for Jack and Lily since you want to say that I'm a tragedy pimp? Well, you're at the vigil and you couldn't even say a couple words? Again, cool. Says a lot more about you than me. Have a good life. Wish you the best. Keep my name out of your mouth.
Amen. The only thing that I will not disagree with Melissa on, but maybe take it a little bit further than that. Like I do not, obviously, I don't think smoking in any closed area with children present is good. However, we were raised with everybody smoking everywhere. It didn't matter. And I'm saying that no different than the Jack and Lily case, right? The more you learn, the more you know, you make better decisions, right? I'm willing to believe that my mom didn't know how devastating cigarette smoke was, for secondhand smoke was. And I believe that society was not aware of the dangers back then. And as we learned, as we got more information, things changed. As normal people are able to change as more information becomes available. Um, and I do realize now that marijuana is legal here, but I still don't think that smoking any kind of mind altering substances is okay around children. I just don't. I'm 52, and when I smell pot smoke somewhere, it like, I don't know, I've got this rage button in my head. I don't know why, well, I do know why. I'm not going to get into it, but I can't stand it. I know it's legal and it's people's right to be smoking it, whatever, but I don't want to be around it. And I certainly don't think it's right to be doing that around kids, let alone cigarette smoke. And I'm a smoker. So, anyways, anyways, let's hit chat. And it's really hard for me to sit up here and say, I don't want just to read comments about, attacking creators and stuff. I get it. But if you have a question, go ahead and put it in the chat. But I don't want to talk whatever. You guys know what I'm saying. Yes, she called us tragedy pimps because we had, I've been on Sunny's YouTube channel for almost 4 years and decided to break away and do my own thing. But that makes me a tragedy pimp. Um, Making money off the disappearance of two children. That's my motivation, universal. And obviously Melissa, who's had her YouTube channel for I don't know how many years, is obviously a tragedy pimp, right? But this is what we're accused of.
I will
Very
say,
little research put into any of her accusations. Very little. It's almost embarrassing. So, sorry, Melissa.
now, I will say, when I'm home alone, I do smoke in my home. When there are children around in my home, I don't smoke in it. Now, if I'm at somebody's house and they smoke in their house and there's a child there, then yes, I will smoke in their house because they clearly allow it. Everybody's different. For me, in my house, I don't, but that's besides the point. That wasn't necessarily what all this was about. I just wanted to clear the air and make sure everybody knew. Now, yes, ma'am, you said, wait, where's the receipts? You two are monsters of chaos. Did I miss them again? Um, Rewind. I proved I'm not. Shar proved she's not. Best way we know how. Both with a post from Monsters of Chaos and with showing our own things. So rewind, it's there. We can show the receipts, but she couldn't show receipts that we were. So that speaks for itself.
I don't know. Like if anybody knows how, I don't want to do the work for her. But if I could prove that I'm not monsters of chaos or monsters of sabotage, I would do it. And if anybody has a suggestion on how I can do that for you people, I would do it. But I really want her to do the work, to do the work, to earn that accusation. You know what I'm saying? Call me out. But I would actually, I just want to put it to rest. I want to prove that I do not have the time to make a channel with the specific purpose of doing whatever that channel has made their purpose about. It's just, it's not in me to do that. And I get it. Like I do rack my brain and wonder like what have I done to make people like even when they were accusing me, not Shenanigans and Damien, but even before that, when we had Daleen and I believe Chrissy, Kent, Durwood, they were all thinking that I was Brad Turner. And then I was helping Brad Turner. Like, what is it about me that makes people think that I would do something like that? Or be that way, or be able to be that duplicitous with my personality. Like I am, this is my real legal name. I don't hide from anybody. My address was pasted all over Facebook and YouTube. Y'all know where I am. I don't think you can dox me. I really don't because I dox myself. I've got nothing to hide. I don't understand what it is about me that makes all these people think that I'm just this split personality that's out just wreaking havoc every chance I get. Like I've got nothing better to do with my fucking life, you know? Like it's not my personal shit going on and trying to build a house, have a full-time job plus 7 clients and do YouTube. I don't know where it comes from. And if somebody would just talk to me like an adult instead of accusing me of this shit, I would do whatever I could to prove it to you. And this is not me pleading, this is me telling you, knock it off. I am who I say I am. I promise you. I promise you. If I did a YouTube channel, you know what I would do with it? I would make a monsters YouTube channel, but it would be MCU to fuck with you guys, not chatters, but all the other crazy YouTubers. Because they would all think that Major Crimes made a YouTube channel to fuck with them. That's the kind of thing that I would do, but then I would own up to it. I mean, this is just ridiculous. It is ridiculous on every level. And to know that even after I said my piece, my last piece, yesterday, she was still accusing me of this shit. So it's obviously the message isn't landed. And I am moving on. I don't care what she says, how she says it, who she says it to. Doesn't matter to me. And I really hope that Melissa is in the same spot as well. Yes, probably. Okay.
Yep.
Sorry. Sorry.
I'm over it. You don't live rent free in my head. I'm gone a lot through the summer. You guys aren't going to be seeing much of me come real soon. And then next winter, you'll see me back on a lot. That's just how my life is. I am too busy with real life to deal with your fantasy land accusations and crap. Just too busy. Don't care. Done. I've shown my receipts. You guys can choose to believe whoever you want. I don't care, because I'm not going to continue proving point after point after point, proving that I'm being lied about over and over and over. Plain and simple.
Yeah. I know. And isn't it crazy, you guys in chat? I'm reading it, but if you don't use your own legal name, then you're going to be accused of being one of the names that come up in the investigation or in the case, you know? It's bizarre. And I think that every single person has the right to use an alternate identity or a username on social media if they choose to. I can understand that. I really do. I just myself, it doesn't bother me that people know who I am. I literally have nothing to hide. But I respect and appreciate people that don't want to be outed. I get it. I have people that I talk to every day and I have no idea what their real name is. I don't, and nor do I care. I'm speechless half the time. Just what, what exactly do I have to do? But then that makes me feel like I'm crazy to even give a shit. But, and I think it's because, and I don't mean any shade to Ron or Monsters of Sabotage or Monsters of Chaos, but that is just not something that I would ever do. Ever, ever do. Believe me, don't believe me, but I would never do that. I'm an adult. And if I have a problem with somebody, they're gone unless they keep interjecting themselves into my life. And then I have to address it and then I move on. And there is no olive branch anymore. There is no bridges. There is no making amends with me. Once you've betrayed my trust and lost my, I guess, respect, there's no going back with me. You think
So,
using your own name is not smart? I mean, maybe so. But I think in my own brain, Ron, going back to the beginning when I was on Sunny's channel, I never had any intention of doing this or having a channel with 2,200 subs. I never intended on doing this. Do you know what I'm saying? Like this was not in my plan. This was not on my life bingo card whatsoever. But I've got nothing to hide. And like if somebody wants to steal my identity, give it a go. Like you're not going to be happy. I'm just heads up. But do you know what I'm saying? I just don't. Why not? Like my own name is on my Facebook. What's what's the big deal? Somebody gonna come and steal my identity? Okay. Okay. I'll deal with that when it comes.
so
Um,
Shar, I've got a
please do.
starred comment here. Michelle, everyone in here should unfollow her. She is a joke. Don't give her the time of day. Even though I have my issues with her, Michelle, you're wrong. Everybody has the right to choose who they follow, who they listen to, who they believe.
I would never and will never tell people to go unfollow her or anybody else. That is their own choice. My issues are not your issues. Your issues are not my issues. It is not right for me or Shar or anybody else to say who somebody else can watch or follow or listen to. Just you're wrong. Sorry, I disagree with you.
Yeah, peace space. I know. And I get it and I respect it. And I understand, some people like to put threats out and stuff. And to that I say, you're gonna threaten me, it'll mean nothing to me. Heads up. It'll mean nothing to me. If you're here at my front door, then maybe I'll care. But other than that, go ahead. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. And like I said, if you want to try to steal my identity, give it a go. Anyways, 2 hours and 21 minutes. Awesome. Yeah, that was my last straw. I respectfully told her privately how I felt. I agree with her on a lot, but that attitude pushed me away. I also don't agree with you, and that's okay. Right. I know we don't always agree, April, but I don't know. Seems to be okay. I have had problems with her a lot, so I stand on what I say. She is a joke. Right. And I mean, we're not here to say, ignore her, unsub from her. I'm just saying, if you hear stuff anywhere, I don't care where, ask us about it before you run with it. That's all. I just feel like I'm transparent enough that even though you don't know me in day-to-day life, but I am transparent enough about the information that I have and what I know and usually what I think, that you can come and you can ask me about any rumor that you hear about me, and I will tell you the truth. And Shar and I fall on opposite sides on other cases. Where's the fun with always agreeing with everyone, right? I mean, there are people that we're going to get along with and people we're not going to get along with and people that you just don't like straight off the hop, and that's okay, but it doesn't make it okay to belittle them, attack them. You know, I mean, this has to be the end of it. For me, it is. It absolutely is. Um, and if it's not anywhere else, I guess if you can't create content, then continue doing what you're doing, I guess. Um, I I don't really have a whole lot more today. Like I said, I don't want to get mixed up with. Oh, Melissa, do you mind coming on camera, and one of us has to stay muted, but show your hands. Monsters of Chaos, would you do us a favor and start typing so that we can show we're not typing, we're not doing anything? I mean, it sounds stupid and childish, but here we are. They're in the chat. Ron Mexico's in the chat. Let's just, you know, quit it, give it a rest already. We are not monsters of chaos. Clearly, I am not monsters of sabotage. I would not do those ridiculous face shots of me on their fucking videos at the beginning. Like, shake your head, look in the mirror. We're good. You are irrelevant. I am irrelevant. We're all here for the same purpose. We want answers for Jack and Lily. I don't care how you get it. You shouldn't care how I get it. That's the end of it. Oh, well, there goes my guess. Damn it. I didn't think Durwood. I didn't, because honestly, he has a flip phone. But I did question this one. I did question this one. So thank you for pointing that out. All right. With that, you guys, I am going to end this stream. And not Wolfie, I have no doubt. I have no doubt. Not Tint. That was my next guess. God damn it. Anyway, okay. Do you have anything else, Melissa, that you want to say today, or are you good?
I'm good. I've said my piece. I've proven yet again that she is lying, and you guys can believe who you believe. I'm done defending myself. If she wants to continue, go ahead. I live rent free in your head. Go ahead.
And with that, I'm going to say goodnight, and I'm going to run and talk to my best friend Daniel and see if he'll come on the live stream with me. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow. I can't. I have actually have an appointment tomorrow. So if I do it, it's going to be an early one. Probably won't be with Daniel, but I'm going to talk to my bestie right away here as soon as I can. So send me your questions for anything you want clarified, anything like that. Send them to me. Let's do this once and for all. Let's just get it out. Let's get it out. Same with Janie, you guys. If you have any clarifications for Janie, please send them to me so I don't have to go back and watch my friggin' live streams. Okay? All right. Everybody, have a terrific night. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you all. Oh, and there was Leslie, thank you for becoming a new member. Little Black Bear for being a member for 2 months. You're amazing. And Leanne, I think people took this the wrong way. She said, Melissa, call your sponsor, but I think it was more out of, concern because you were very upset at that point in the live stream.
I am good. Like I said, I've been clean 18 years. I'm good. Does talking about my son get me emotional? Yes. Does having somebody attack me right after I buried him for being drunk get me emotional? Yeah, it does. But you guys have to remember, my son and I were two peas in a pod. If I wanted somebody to talk to, if I wanted somebody to vent to, if I wanted to do a TikTok with somebody, he is who I did it with. And I've shown some of that before. I lost my other half. I lost somebody that not only did I love because he was my child, but somebody I was extremely close with, somebody I talked to all the time. Yes, it gets me emotional. Yes, it makes me upset, but I am good.
Okay. All right, everybody. Have a great night, and we'll see you all soon. Bye.